What's up, people? Welcome to the African Fighters. Today we'll be looking at ARES Fighting Championship 12. It is for the Bantamweight Championship, the main event, Demarte Pena versus Elias Boudegzedame. This fight is happening at the Dome de Paris in France. If you're not there, you can watch this fight on UFC Fight Pass this night, Friday, 17 February 2023. Let's jump straight into this fight. This fight is an amazing fight, and you don't want to miss this fight. It's between two great African fighters, Demarte Pena, who is known by many as one of the greatest featherweight and bantamweight fighter out of Africa. Also, Elias Boudegzdame, interesting fighter, interesting character, known as Smile, the nickname. Elias Boudegzdame is a fascinating fighter, also a champion in his own right. So follow me into this video to understand everything about these two fighters and get my breakdown and my prediction for this fight. So we're looking at Apollo, as you can see on the screen. ARES Fighting Championship 12, Pena versus Boudegzdame. It's happening today. The card consists of 10 main fights on the card. I'm not going to go through the whole card. Another fight here on this card that is interesting is Yusuf Benati, the Ivorian. Yusuf Benati made his debut at ARES Fighting Championship last year. He's undefeated, 2 wins. So far, he's taken on Tito Martins, the Brazilian. Both of them have similar record. They are newcomers. And I think a win for Yusuf Benati in a fascinating fashion will put him into title contention. And he's going to be fighting for likely the bantamweight title or the featherweight title next. So for this fight, we're looking at the Bantamweight Championship. So there are also some other newcomers. As you can see, Zaubek Sabonov fighting Oruni Bouzi. We have some upcoming fighters, newcomers, Muhammadu Sokona from France fighting on Vigil Ogen. I don't know if I'm butchering these names, but apologies for that. So that's one thing about ARES Fighting Championship I like so much. They give chance to fighters. They give a lot of fighters the chance to start their career, build their career, and grow, and move into top promotions like the UFC, Bellator, and so on and so forth. So kudos to ARES Fighting Championship for that. But my main attention for this fight is the main event, Demarte Pena versus Elias Boudegzdame. Demarte Pena, let's take a look at his record. Demarte Pena has a record of 12-1. Demarte Pena, also known as the Wolf, that's the nickname. He is 33 years old, from Angola, fighting out of Johannesburg. He's currently on a 1-fight winning streak, has a record of 12 wins, 1 loss, 2 no contests. Demarte Pena last fought at ARES Fighting Championship in December 2022. He defeated, I think he defeated a fighter called Mustafa Aida via decision at ARES 10. He's fighting Elias Boudegzdame today at ARES 12. So Demarte Pena, 33 years old, 5'7", has a reach of 64.2 inches. His affiliation, the gym, is fighting out of Fit Military in Johannesburg, South Africa. Demarte Pena, I'll talk about some of his record. He is known by many as one of the greatest fighters out of Africa. He was the EFC, which is Extreme Fighting Championship, the biggest promotion out of Africa. He was one time the EFC featherweight champion. He defended the title 5 consecutive times. And also, he was also the EFC bantamweight champion. He defended the title 4 consecutive times, although 2 fights out of the 4 title defense was ruled as a no contest due to some issues, failing some tests, medical tests, allegedly alleging, that's what was alleged, that he failed some tests. He was banned for some years or suspended for some years. But Demarte Pena is back and coming back to rule the world once again, fighting in France, fighting in ARES Fighting Championship. This is going to be his 3rd fight in ARES Fighting Championship. Demarte Pena fought on his debut, fought Taylor Lapilos, another durable fighter in France. He fought Taylor Lapilos for the ARES Fighting Championship bantamweight title, and that was in April last year at ARES 5. He lost the title via KO to Taylor Lapilos. Taylor Lapilos became the first ARES Fighting Championship bantamweight champion. He then went on, Demarte Pena went on to defeat Mohamed Haida. I mentioned that in December last year to end the title shot, and he's fighting Elias Boudegzdame. So, like I said, Demarte Pena, 12 wins, 1 loss, 2 no contests. His only defeat is Tutelo Lapilos. He has 4 wins in his last 5 fights. He's currently on a 1-fight winning streak. Demarte Pena fought majority of his fights at EFC. 12 of his fights, 10 out of 12 of his fights was in EFC. He fought in 1 promotion, predominantly 1 promotion. And he has 2 wins by KO, TKO, as you can see on the screen, 2 wins by submission, and 8 wins by decision. 67% of his wins are by decision. So this is for Demarte Pena. So let's take a look at Elias Boudegzedame, the Algerian. Elias Boudegzedame, 18 wins, 7 losses. The Algerian, nickname Smile. Elias Boudegzedame is 29 years old. The younger fighter here. He has 3 wins in his last 5 fights. He's currently on a 2-fight winning streak. Elias Boudegzedame, a fascinating fighter. He last fought a match almost a year ago at ACM MMA in Marseille, France. Sorry, Elias Boudegzedame is a taller fighter here. He has he's 5'10", and his reach here is not stated. He's an Algerian fighting out of France. Elias Boudegzedame is an elite fighter. He has 25 MMA fights in total, pro fights, compared to Demarte Pena, 15 fights in total. So you can see some little stats here and there. Elias Boudegzedame was the former or the first ever Brave fighting champion, Brave Combat Federation featherweight champion. Elias Boudegzedame has fought some top names. He lost his belt to Bubba Jenkins at Brave CF16. He lost the fight via unanimous decision. Bubba Jenkins, if you don't know, he was the PFL Professional Fighting League in the US. He was the PFL featherweight champion, I think, last season. Bubba Jenkins is an elite striker as well. Elias Boudegzedame has fought in top promotion like the France Regional Lyon Fighting Championship. He has fought in Brave Combat Federation, fought in UAE Warriors, fought at Desert Force in Dubai, and now he's going to be fighting at ARES Fighting Championship, making his debut against Demarte Pena. He's making his ARES debut for the championship. So this is champion versus champion, elite fight you don't want to miss. I'm going to go straight to the tail of the tape, or I'm going to go straight to the breakdown of my prediction for this fight. And I'll tell you who I think has advantage in this fight. So taking a look at those 2 fighters, like I mentioned, Elias Boudegzedame has the experience on the side. He has fought 25 times compared to 15 times of Demarte Pena. Has 10 more fights than Demarte Pena. Elias has fought in top promotion, different promotions. I think fought better opponent than Demarte Pena, to be honest. Elias Boudegzedame is a taller man here, and I believe he has the longer reach as well. So Elias Boudegzedame, another fascinating record I've not mentioned. Elias Boudegzedame, I'll go back to his stats, and you can see that Elias Boudegzedame has incredible record. 15 of his 18 wins are by submission. Yeah, 15 out of 18 wins are by submission, which is 83% winning ratio. 2 wins by KO, TKO, 1 win by decision. Elias Boudegzedame is an elite grappler, has great grappling skills and wrestling skills, also has decent punches, decent striking. Whereas Demarte Pena, on the other hand, is a better stand-up fighter, has good striking, but not that, has a good grappling as well, but not compared to the level of Elias Boudegzedame, in my opinion. Demarte Pena has 2 wins by KO, TKO, 2 wins by submission, and 8 wins by decision. So if Demarte Pena can keep the fight standing, he's the aggressor, he has the powerful punches, he can put the light out of Elias Boudegzedame in the stand-up or end points and win on points. But if the fight go to the ground, Elias Boudegzedame will control the fight in the ground and also can get a submission in there. 15 submission out of 18 wins is no joke. It shows your level, it shows the class. And I think Elias Boudegzedame will come in as a bit of the bigger guy here. I mentioned the height advantage, the reach advantage. We'll never underestimate Demarte Pena, who has defended his title 7 times in EFC. Out of his 10 fights in EFC, 7 fights or so were title fights. Demarte Pena is an elite fighter, and this fight is a fight to prove who Demarte Pena really is. Is he the fighter we think he is, or is he just a step below that elite level? Because my own issue here I'm looking at is Demarte Pena has predominantly fought at AFC all his career, so he did not have the experience of fighting different promotion, fighting different opposition. And some situation he had so much rematch. I think some rematches in AFC, but Boudegzdame has been tested as for the who and who in the bantamweight and the featherweight division. So this is going to be a classic fight. So, like I mentioned, if I go to the ground, Boudegzdame has the advantage. You can get in submission there, win on submission, or also win on point as well. Whereas the path to victory for Demarte Pena is likely going to be via KO, TKO, or via point as well. So, guys, this is what it is. Tell us who you think is going to win this fight. Tell us in the comment section. So, guys, make sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, turn on post notification. See you some other time. Peace out. Bye for now, African fighters.
Come on, Africans!